厨神教室。
Tonight, each of you will take one of these Dungeness crabs, boil it, shuck it, and break it down.
Oh, Lord.
And if you've never done it before, don't worry, because I'm about to show you how.
Being from Arizona, man, we don't get crab very often. I'm a little scared, but Gordon frickin' Ramsay is gonna show us how to completely break down a Dungeness crab. I'm beyond honored.
First off, salt the water, bring that up to the boil, grab the crab, and in she goes. 15 minutes.
Okay.
Undercooked, we're in trouble. You're not gonna release that incredible meat from the shell. Once it's done, hold it nice and firmly and straight in to ice water. Submerge it in there. And from there, we take it out and we start breaking it down. Take off the legs, pull and twist. Twist, off. Now, open up the purse. Thumbs underneath. Lift that purse up there.
Wow.
And then the body. Knife in. Now, over a tray, you get your thumb and you flush out all this amazing crab, every little ounce of it. Now, for the legs. First, cut here, and then open up, top and the bottom. And then literally slide your finger through. Beautiful. The secret is to get these out nice and whole. Now, the claws, twist, pull out the blade, really important. Then from there, knife, twist, wow. Finger in, and then pop out that beautiful claw.
Yeah.
And now, we start to present it. Get a touch of olive oil and lightly brush your shell and gently go over those claws. The olive oil protects it and stops it from going dry. Now, take your sweetmeat. It is super delicious. The crab sits on top, and then start putting the crab back together. Around, and finally, back legs on. And that is how a true master chef dresses a crab.
厨神当道美国版第9季 ，Star World 厨神教室。
All of you will be making my delicious herb-crusted rack of lamb with potato fondant, honey glazed carrots, and an incredible red wine sauce. Watch and learn. Start off with the oil and get that pan really nice and hot, okay? With a herb-crusted rack of lamb, you cannot season it after, so you need to season it right at the very beginning. Salt and pepper. Season it generously, both sides. Make sure the rack of lamb is seasoned throughout. There, as the oil comes up to temp, start to sear this beautiful rack of lamb. Garlic in, and then in with this fresh, fragrant thyme. Don't over-sear the lamb. It's a nice, gentle colour. Searing in the ends, locking in all that flavour. And then from there, lay out your thyme and your garlic, and you literally sit that on top. That acts as a trivet.
Beautiful.
A couple of knobs of butter. As the butter starts to melt, then tilt the pan and baste. What does that do?
Moistens it, keeps it from drying out.
Exactly that. We're going to cook that in the oven now for 4 minutes. Once the lamb is part cooked, as it's still nice and warm, the secret now is to get your brush. And you've got your Dijon mustard, and you brush whilst it's warm with that mustard. So the mustard seeps in and literally almost tenderizes the lamb even more. Here I've got panko breadcrumbs, Parmesan cheese, salt, pepper, and fresh basil. From there, take your lamb, roll up, and you roll all the way along. Tilt, tilt, and shake off any excess breadcrumbs. Place it back into the pan, and then back into the oven for 4 more minutes. From there, we get our garnished plate. This is a fondant potato. Potatoes peeled, cut out with a cutter, into a pan, hot heat. As they colour, you turn them over, put some stock in, and they go in the oven. Braised carrots, you can all do that with your eyes closed. 4 minutes later, take this out, and you let it rest. What happens when we slice meat piping hot?
Juices run out of it and becomes dry.
Yeah. Now, I take my bone, I open that up there, and I come in here because I want one nice, beautiful chop. I go down, I come off, and I place onto the plate. Come to the second one here, one clean, straight slice. Shake off any excess, and on. This bone here, too thin, so I come round, I take that off. That's for my bulldog. I come back up, and I come all the way through again. Third one. Now,
Beautiful, chef.
finally, you take your sauce, and you sauce very carefully around the plate, just over the actual bone, not on that crust. And there you have a beautiful, stunning, crusted rack of lamb.
厨神当道第8季，每周 Star World 厨神教室。
The dish that you're going to be making tonight is incredible. It took me months to perfect. It is, of course, scrambled eggs. But not just any scrambled egg, an incredible light, delicious scrambled egg served with roasted vine tomatoes and grilled mushrooms. Tonight, we all are going back to basics. Scrambled eggs may sound simple, but we are looking for MasterChef worthy perfection. My scrambled eggs requires extreme technical discipline, precise timing. Tonight, we'll be making my scrambled eggs my way. Watch and learn. Now, scrambled eggs. First of all, obviously I don't need to show you how to grill a tomato and a mushroom, that's pretty obvious. But the secret behind any great scrambled egg is to make sure you do not overcook it. Now, start off with cold eggs, straight in to the pan. You take your butter, 3 small knobs of butter. From there, on to the stove. You bring the gas up high and then start cooking the eggs very gently. Every time I stir, I'm cleaning the bottom of the pan. If we were to season the eggs now, they would go grey. So, 30 seconds on, back off. That slows down the cooking process, stops the eggs from overcooking. So you need to be very careful. Back on. If you've overcooked it, you'll see the scrambled eggs go really watery. So it's really important that you go on and off throughout the whole 3 minutes. So they're just starting to thicken up now. I'll come back off the heat. Now we've cooled it down, back on to the heat again. Now, take your toast with tomatoes and then your mushrooms. Back off the heat and working with it all the time. It's now starting to come together. Just see the texture now. Goes back on, lightly season. Really important, right at the very end. That keeps the eggs nice and fresh. But here's where it goes to a completely different level. Take a teaspoon of creme fraiche, goes in. That gives a really nice creamy texture. More importantly, it stops them from overcooking. Now, come to serve. I want to see nice, light, fluffy scrambled eggs. A little bit creamy, but scrambled eggs to die for. And then finally, finish with a little smidgen of chopped chives on the top and let them sprinkle. And that's how a MasterChef perfects scrambled egg.
厨神当道第8季，每周日晚上8点，只在 Star World。Star World 厨神教室。
Tonight, for your tough pressure test, you'll be cooking a dish that I grew up eating at least once a week. To keep your place in this competition, we'll be cooking an incredible British classic fish and chips. Look at it, crispy beer battered white fish with delicious thick-cut chips, with smashed fresh peas, and finished off with that incredible homemade tartar sauce. And because I do not want to hear any excuses tonight, I'm going to show you how it's done. Please, watch carefully.
Pay attention.
Now, behind a perfect fish and chips lies the batter. This is an incredible beer batter. Mix in the dry ingredients first. AP flour, followed by cornstarch, salt, baking soda. From there, mix that in gently. Form a little well in the middle, and very carefully add your beer. Don't add all the beer in at the same time, otherwise it's going to cause lumps. We want the batter to be thick enough to coat the fish beautifully and not too thin so as it runs off the fish. Make it really nice and silky. You can smell that batter from there, right? It's got that nice, delicious richness to it. Now, the secret is to let it rest. Got me?
Yes, chef.
Now, the fish. So how do we get the moisture out there? We season the fish lightly. It takes out any excess water. To make sure the fish sticks to the batter, you run it through seasoned flour and then shake off any excess and you lay that inside your batter. Let it sink and just coat the fish. And then very quickly, get rid of the excess batter, let it coat and lay away. Those fillets of fish take 3.5 to 4 minutes. The secret now is to get that batter nice and crispy and beautifully seasoned. Now, chips. Potatoes peeled. If they are cut evenly, they'll cook evenly and all at the same time. Get your fries straight into the fryer. Crank the heat up, you want those nice and crispy. Now, the way to identify when your fish is cooked, once that batter is coated, the fish starts to rise inside the fryer, and as it starts to float, it's a strong indication the fish is cooked beautifully. Let it rest. fries out of the basket, into the bowl. Smoked paprika salt, fresh chopped parsley, into a bowl, and coat your fries. And then take your cone, big tall ones at the bottom, and fill up that cone with fries, making sure the fries are nice and crisp. And then lightly season your fish, and then up and over. And that is how you make a perfect MasterChef quality fish and chips.
厨神当道第8季，每周日晚上8点，只在 Star World。Star World 厨神教室。
Tonight, you'll be making my signature lobster tortellini, served in a delicious, fragrant seafood broth. This is extremely difficult skill to pull off. I'm personally going to show you what to do. Watch carefully, right, guys? First off, fresh pasta. So, olive oil in. Lightly whisk up the eggs with a fork. Make a little well, and then just spread it evenly. Want to get it to a nice sort of, almost like a crumble mixture. Now, lightly flour the hands, bring it together, and knead immediately. My hand's going in, I'm turning with these fingers, and I'm pushing back. What we'll do now is literally working it to a nice soft ball. And the important part is not making the pasta too dry. Now, once that's rolled, let rest for 20 minutes. The longer you relax it, the finer it will become. Now, stock, shells in. We're going to get an amazing lobster flavour out of these shells. Shallots in, celery, carrots, and then aniseed liquor. Flambe. As the alcohol's burned off, in with your stock, and you let that simmer. From there, lobster goes in, and then a nice spoon of mascarpone cheese, salt, pepper, fresh lemon juice, some fine herbs. Liven that up, a touch of zest in there. Right, that sits there. We're making 5 tortellinis. Lightly flour the hands, and then just roll. See the width of my pasta machine?
Yes, sir.
That's how wide I'm going. From there, into the machine, and go. Now, each time we go through, the pasta's getting thinner, so your job now is to literally stretch that pasta out.
How in the world does Chef Ramsay turn flour into gold within minutes, and then it's paper thin? How do you do that?
This is the thickness I'm looking for.
Wow.
And look, just aerate it slightly. Tilt, and then fold. Fold it nicely so as it doesn't all get exposed. Now, take a cutter. Down, push. From there, very carefully, take a little spoon of mix, and then push out the air, a half moon shape, open up your finger, left to right, right to left, over and push. And you want to see that beautiful little lip on there.
Oh, wow.
And then, very carefully, into the water. 90 seconds. Next, take your broth through the flavour of all that excess lobster just come out. And now, finish with a fine dice of carrot, celery, my thin herbs, and then finally, you bring that up to the boil. Now, presentation is crucial. I want the round lip of the tortellini facing the round part of the bowl. And then from there, your sauce. Just gently let it hit the spoon, come in, touch of fragrance, and then finally, our beautiful fresh tendrils. And there you go. A beautiful handmade tortellini of lobster with a wonderful shellfish broth.
厨神当道第8季，每周日晚上8点，只在 Star World。